Hello, welcome to my channel, Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name is Wendy Wing. I'm doing a psychic tarot reading, tuning into the day's energy, seeing what divine messages of guidance come through. This is a general reading, thank you. So take what resonates and leave the rest. Wow, all right. Feels like the messages are coming in very easily. Wow. Okay. Feels like there's a lot to get to. So let's get started. The overall energy of today's reading is the Devil in reverse. This is definitely the way I want to see this card. Feels like you're detaching from toxic ways. Codependency. So it feels like you're clearing, detaching from codependency, dependency, trauma bonds, toxic attachment styles, toxic people, toxic environments. There's something coming in around a belief that you're half, that you need someone else. This feels like in a relationship, like I'm talking to someone who might have been told to believe. Gotta let my dog in just a second. All right, Chuck's in. So you're detaching from this devil energy. Feels like you are separating. Okay, I get where I was. You might have been raised to believe that you're not whole, you're not complete, that you need to be in some type of romantic relationship. Having someone, a partner, validate you. So it might have you, if that's a belief that you have from the society that you were raised in, the family system that you were raised in, the religion, to believe that you're not whole, you're not complete unless you have a romantic partner who's validating you, making you validate your worth, your value, that you are loved and cared for. Looks like you are letting go of those toxic belief systems that keep you stuck, dependent, codependent. Empress coming out not only with her back turned, but as a challenge. So this might have been a mother wound, making you believe that you're not enough, you're not valuable. You could have had a toxic feminine energy, maybe your mother, literally for some of you. For others, it's a mother figure who made you feel like you're not enough, like there's inherently something wrong with you, that makes you feel insecure about yourself, not perceiving yourself as enough, as yourself right now, that there's something inherently wrong. I'm getting this is not true, but it feels like this is what I'm describing, what this mother wound that I'm translating, what these messages, what these beliefs are saying. Feels like there's a lot of these beliefs in your heart space. It's these incorrect, limited beliefs about you, that there's something wrong with you. Maybe you were othered, scapegoated in your family, black sheep of the family, made to feel like there's inherently something wrong with you, with how you show up, with who you are. And if that did come from a mother, someone who, when you were an infant, a child, that you were dependent on their care to survive, their toxic judgment of you threatened your survival. And so you might have created a lot of maladaptive strategies to survive this toxic environment, these toxic beliefs, that there's inherently something wrong with you, that you need to work really hard to please others because there's something lacking in you. So you have to make up for it by pleasing others, taking care of others. Ooh, okay. Some of you had mothers who were entrenched in behavior modification, behaviorists, conditioning, training children. So your mother might have looked at how you behaved, not who you are as a human being, but how you're behaving is judged. You need to behave in X, Y, Z in order to be viewed as good. This behavior modification also, it feels like keeping you hungry, keeping you chasing and working for her love and care. Lot of judgment. Lot of judgment coming from this mother wound. It's not true. You were and always have been valuable, important, necessary. You are an extension of Source. We all are. Feels like you were raised to work really hard to try to convince someone of your worth and value. That kind of started the ball rolling on this devil energy. The overall energy, though, it looks like you are perceiving, conscious of this mother wound, of this toxic energy, beliefs. You can't change what you're not aware of. So once you're conscious of it, then you can start changing. Wow. Wheel of Fortune. Positive shifts. Fortune, luck, things going your way. This is always my karma card. Karma is indifferent. It's not punishing. It's not rewarding. It just is an aspect of this reality. What you put out eventually at some point comes back. And so if you put out a lot of loving, caring energy, honesty, whatever you are operating in, and you get it back, feels like you've been sowing a lot of seeds of how you prefer to be, and it's coming back to you in a positive way. Feels like you're experiencing this in a positive way. What's this luck that's coming in? It's interesting how these cards flew out. There's some choice. Fork in the road. Two of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles. This could be job related or finances. Pentacles is 3D. Something in the 3D. An opportunity around work to make more money. 2 plus 8 is 10. 10 pentacles. It's a lot. Feels like you're working towards your legacy, building something, and There's a choice, an opportunity that you're being given. Wow. Okay. King of Swords, Justice, Two of Wands reversed, Ten of Wands. King of Swords is making a decision, cutting out what doesn't serve you and being smart, being head over heart, having clarity, thinking things through. Justice, keeping your thoughts very balanced. Don't go off into a rabbit hole in your thoughts. Staying balanced in your thoughts are helpful. Libra energy. Okay, so an opportunity's coming in. Look at it from King of Swords. There's something about looking at it not through your emotions, at least at first, being fair, being balanced. Ooh, ask tough questions. Ask for what you want. They can say no. Ask for what you want. Yeah, make sure to communicate what your needs are, what your limits are. It feels like by embodying justice, you're creating an environment that is fair for you. It does feel like work, or some type of physical opportunity, physical as in the 3D. Two of Wands reverses, there's a need to get out of the house, a need to make it happen, a need to get back out there, inspired. You have the whole world at your hands. There's a need to perceive your success, to go after what you desire. If this is your highest excitement, it feels like there's a decision coming. This is for you. This is happening for you. And just be balanced in your decision. Communicate your needs and wants clearly. Your reservations, your what's not acceptable to you. Feels like you can ask for what you want here. Follow your desires. Follow your highest excitement. Is this exciting? Does this inspire you? Ten of Wands feels like you're ending a cycle where you're feeling burdened, like you have to do all the work that you're carrying. Okay, something about this new opportunity feels like this is happening because you've let go of toxic belief systems. You've healed or are healing your mother wound. And so this wonderful new opportunity is coming in. Yeah, it does feel like a wave. Like, you know, you can ride this wave, this opportunity. Yeah, I keep feeling it like that. And it takes you to another level. Ten of Wands, it feels like you've been doing something alone, maybe working alone. Oh, it feels like there's another message here. It's something you've been working on alone. It feels like it's paying off. So it feels like there's a lot of luck coming in for you. There's an opportunity, and then it feels like something that you've been working on is paying off, paying out. Interesting. Lovers, Nine of Pentacles reversed. You might have a belief system. This is back into the toxic Devil energy. In relationships, you're not allowed to be independent. You're not allowed to be successful financially. There's some belief coming up around being in relating. It doesn't even have to be a romantic relationship. I'm getting that in relationships, you might have a belief that you're not allowed to be successful, independent. Train your focus, create abundance for yourself. Why is this coming up? What does the viewer need to know about this? Lovers, Nine of Pentacles reverse. Ace of Wands reverse. Feels like you're not interested. It doesn't give you passion, desire, vitality, spark. Some relationship where you can't be independent, where you can't be free to be yourself, to have something that you enjoy. Oh, it feels like in relationships, if you're still inside of a relationship that has lost its vitality, feels like it might have expired. There's no excitement in this relationship. You might depend or be dependent on this person financially. Feels like I'm talking to somebody who's it just doesn't work to center someone else and decenter your own experience. This is your life too. This is your life. What do you want out of this life? What does your soul want out of this experience here? To be a support character for others. When you're not living your full life and you're dependent, codependent on someone else, put in a support role, fix it. There's a lack of passion here. Oh, okay. Especially if inside the relationship, you're not allowed your own freedom and independence to be who you want to be. It feels like you're being pigeonholed to be someone's mother wound, someone else who has a mother wound, but wants you to be the mom they never had. An enabler, really. Not the type of relationship where each individual grows and matures, but if this relationship, as I'm perceiving it, this person has put you in the role of being their mommy, their nurturer, then you're not allowed to call them out on their behavior. You are expected to just tell them how wonderful they are, to make them comfortable with whatever they've done, which is a recipe for resentment on your part, for a lack of maturity, enabling toxic behaviors, allowing this person to show up any way they see fit. So they become kind of a spoiled adult child. I want what I want. And if this part of the message is resonating, if you're put into a mother role, nurturing, it's your job to be the mommy that they've never had, and they're demanding that you see them as perfect. If you're in that role, it's not sexy. It's not conducive to attraction and desire. It's Yeah, it just takes all the passion out of the relationship, because if someone is demanding, needing you to be their mommy, this kind of make-believe mommy that just sees that there's nothing that they do wrong, and maybe you're also doing the labor. It's not sexy. It's not attractive and because when you're in that loving mommy energy, it's oxytocin. It's not passion and desire. And so feels like for some of you that lost the desire and passion in the relationship, you might have even been blamed for that. But it's natural to lose passion and desire for someone who's demanding that you show up in a way that pleases them. When you can't be yourself, when you're not celebrated for being who you are, when someone needs you to be something for them, then yeah, there's no passion and desire. There's no growth. Yeah. All right. In what's hidden, we have the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups reverse, and then the Seven of Cups came out as a challenge to these energies. So 2 knights. I'm hearing an Eminem song. Shady, Slim Shady, look who's back. Back again. Da-na-na. All right. Knight of Pentacles. There's a need to cultivate what you want as you go. This is the slowest moving knight at the deck, but they're definitely going to get to their destination. And then we've got the Knight of Cups in reverse. This is my card for a false reality. Someone creates an illusion, delusion, a false reality. Seven of Cups was a challenge. Options, being spoiled for choice. First message I'm getting in what's hidden is it feels like you have tried to plant seeds of what you prefer in an environment that's false, that's not real. And so it feels like nothing grows in this false reality for you. It feels like you were told, this is the way to be. This is the way. So many shows. And it's not the way, the only way. It feels like someone sold you a false reality and you tried to, it feels like it really slows you down. Your pentacles. Staying in some false reality. Because when you center someone else in your experience, you decenter you, all your attention, all your focus, trying to fix, trying to make it work, attuning to someone else's needs, their wants, and not your own, chronically over time, with a false promise that this is leading to happiness, this is love, this is caring, this will lead to you being supported, loved, and cared for. Feels like nothing's growing in this environment. There's emotional attachments with a lot of cups. 8 of Cups. It's hard to walk away from someone you've invested in. Maybe for a long time, whatever long time means to you. For some of you, months. For some of you, years. For some of you, decades. And so what's hidden is there's a lot of emotional attachment. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, nothing is growing here. There's no opportunities. Nothing grows when you plant it in this environment, because you're planting your needs and wants in an environment where you're so out of attune with who you are. Some of you might have physical issues, like physical health issues, because of so long of attuning to someone else's vibration and their needs and wants. You're out of vibration with what your soul frequency. Chronic unhappiness, and maybe even guilt and shame for not being happy, for not feeling sexy, for not being happy. It feels like there's a lot that you are processing. There's a need to get out of some type of comfort zone, to not allow your fears. When the Nine of Swords comes up, this person is stuck. Their beliefs, their fears are blocking their ability to leave this comfort zone. It's painful. This is a painful existence. Waking from a nightmare, living a nightmare. Repeat. But this person's not, the pain is not enough that this person's willing to do something about it, because there's some type of comfort. Because if you face your fears and get out of a comfort zone, then you're into uncertainty. You don't know what's coming. You don't know what to expect. It's very scary. Or at least here, not moving and staying stuck, you know what to expect. More pain, more discomfort, not being happy. And you know how to navigate that. Wow. It looks like with the World card, you're ending this cycle of staying stuck, being willing to walk away, even though there's still emotions that you have. Wow. But with Four of Cups, it feels like this is chewed up bubble gum. There's nothing left. There's no flavor here. This isn't love. This isn't care for you. If you could have convinced this person, these people, to love you and care for you, it would have happened by now. Feels like you're becoming aware, becoming conscious that you've been engaging in an activity that does not lead to your happiness, but is toxic, that benefits someone else. All right. In the outcome and advice, we have 10 of Cups reversed with the High Priestess coming in as a challenge. 10 of Cups reverse. A lot of emotions, a lot of uncomfortable emotions. Again, this kind of reminds me the message I'm getting of the Nine of Swords. Continuing to stay, not doing anything, staying in an environment where you're very unhappy. Okay, when you are chronically out of attunement, out of alignment, when you have been raised to center others, to not care about you, to not have needs and wants of your own, then you attune to their beliefs, their wants, their needs, and you are so far away from your own attunement, from your own intuition. It also feels like the people keep you wounded and in your emotions. Okay, so this is a lot of nagging, just constantly taking jabs at you, constantly countering. Someone who you have a thought, an idea, they're constantly saying, oh, I don't think that's right. I think you're perceiving that wrong. They're never supportive. And it chronically over time, not having someone support, not having people validate your perception, your thoughts, your ideas, creates insecurity, instability, purposeful, to keep you wounded, to make you feel like something's wrong with you. There's been a purposeful keeping you limited, keeping you dull, keeping you hurt, so you can't tune into your intuition. What would help the viewer? Okay. All right. It does look like you have access to a glow up after you leave this type of energy. It feels like it might be happening for you now. This glow up, this good karma, this wave of energy that's coming in with a choice point, some decision that you're making in the overall energy. The stuff I've been talking about has been in what's hidden. It feels like you following your passions, following your desires, you following your highest excitement, staying balanced in your thoughts. It feels like you have decentered people and you're centering yourself. You're attuning to you, your soul, your soul's needs, your whatever's for you as a soul. And that once you deprogram, deconstruct from this way of being, there's a huge glow up. Some of you have already experienced this glow up. Depends on where you are on your personal journey with this. I think a lot of you have experienced life in this image. I'm so grateful for this image. It's helped me explain a lot. I get the feeling that this person has shoved you into the water. And you're like, hey, I'm cold, I'm miserable, I don't like being here. What's wrong with you that you don't appreciate? I'm happy, I'm comfortable, I think you're fine where you are. But I'm really miserable. I don't like this. How can I tell this? How can I explain this so you care? I think you're exaggerating. I think you're too sensitive. I think you are just fine. I think you're lying. I think you're deceptive. I think you're trying to... This person, it feels like, just denies your reality. Denies your feelings, denies your experience, denies your perception over and over again. I don't feel like this person can perceive this difference in experience. They benefit by you staying cold and in the water and unhappy. Feels like they just deny you, your feelings, your emotions, your reality, constantly countering, constantly dismissing your reality. It creates a cognitive dissonance, making you feel crazy, making you feel like there's something inherently wrong with me, that I'm not enjoying my life. It's not that you need to get better skills to try to convince this person. It's to stop allowing this person to decide where you reside, to get yourself out of this space, and to not going forward, to not allow someone to deny you your reality, to start validating your own emotions, your own perspectives. There is something here around financial dependence. Feels like Some of you are further along on finding footing, finding your abundance, and some of you are still working through your finances. With the Three of Swords in reverse, it feels like you're healing from betrayal trauma, maybe third parties. I think once you remove yourself from an environment where people don't care about you and recognize, wow, I don't receive this as care, and I don't receive this as love or loving, then you stop hurting yourself by staying in that, by trying to convince someone who benefits from you staying. For a lot of you, there's a lot of healing, a need to take care of yourself. Rest, relax, recover. For some of you, no contact, cutting communication with these people who have just denied you your reality. It's not about convincing them and getting them to finally care and see your point of view. They just can't see. They can't perceive you. So instead of trying to chase others and trying to convince them to perceive you, focus on yourself, heal yourself, perceive yourself clearly, validate your own emotions and feelings, validate how you are perceiving your reality. So, all right, I hope that's helpful. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great day.